So, my thoughts on this game then. It's a bit odd because there's not really a scrolling credits thing to look at, but I guess we'll have it up here. So, I think I get what the game was going for, but I don't think it was necessarily the type of game that resonates with me specifically. So I guess an overriding theme of this game is the fact that it's based off of people living in a smallish, rural-ish kind of town in America, and then what changes the future brings with them. So whether it's automation, whether it's, you know, people's jobs being replaced by machines, the usefulness of people fixing old electronics that aren't even going to get used anymore, people's livelihoods being taken over by big corporations, or the big power company as it's described in this game. Those are all, you know, current and relevant fears, but because I'm not in that kind of place, I don't feel the same way that someone else that might do this. But at the same time, I'm not sure that this game would even be aimed at that type of person who would be wondering about that kind of thing. Like, let's say I was someone who was a factory worker and I was worried about my job being taken over by machines and being replaced by automation and so on. I don't think I'd be playing this game. It's just not the type of thing I'd be doing. This is a very experimental game, and like I said, this was started in 2013. Now, 2013, like I said, was a year after Telltale's The Walking Dead, and that sort of reignited the whole adventure games are valid and relevant now. In between then, we've had lots of different other ones. So we've had the whole Walking Dead series from Season 1 to Season 4, Tales of the Borderland, Game of Thrones, all Telltale series. We've had Life is Strange. We've had Life is Strange 2, actually, because Life is Strange Episode 5 of Season 2, or Life is Strange 2, came out before Act 5 of Kentucky Route Zero did. So that's, you know, come and gone. And I think that the time spent here from 2013 to 2020 kind of built up an idea of what Kentucky Route Zero is going to be about. It's one of those things though where I've kind of heard about the game when it came out in 2013, the first act or first 2 acts or something. And then since then, nothing happened because the acts weren't done. And then the final act came out and people were like, oh, this is amazing. This is like the best game of 2020 so far. And I don't think that's quite the case. Or at least for me, you know. Opinions differ and so on. But yeah, it had a lot to live up to. And I don't think it did it for me personally. But hey, some people like these kinds of things. And yeah, I'm sure it was relevant and valid and resonated with them. But that kind of wraps up my time with Kentucky Route Zero. I think I may have had some difficulties technically with streaming it, which may also color my opinion of the game, because it's an interesting game. It's branching in very different paths. There's lots of dialogue. There's some beautiful music in the game, like we heard with that last song there. But I think the sum of the game is less... I think the game is less than the sum of its parts, if that makes sense. Like, there are some beautiful moments in it, but overall it's kind of like... yeah, just not for me, I guess. So that wraps it up.